The celestial harbinger hummed through the void of space, its engines purring with the efficiency of a vessel that had seen 1,000 star systems and would see 1,000 more. In the ship's vast chemical processing bay, Eva stood before a massive containment tank, her tablet glowing with warning symbols that would make any sensible being step back 3 meters. Oliver, however, was not any sensible being. He was human. "The readings are off," Eva said, her voice tight with concern. The Xanthari engineer's scaled skin rippled with the bioluminescent patterns that indicated stress among her species. "The hydrofluoric acid mixture is either degrading or concentrating. Either scenario could compromise the entire refining operation." Commander Thexner, a towering Kravath with 4 arms and exoskeletal plating that could withstand plasma fire, consulted his own diagnostic equipment. "The sensors inside the tank have failed. We cannot determine the acid's current state without proper readings. We'll need to drain the entire tank," Eva concluded, already calculating the time loss. "It'll set us back 48 hours minimum. The mining operation on Kepler 442b is already behind schedule." Oliver leaned against a nearby railing, observing the 12-foot-tall transparent tank filled with liquid that could dissolve bone in seconds. The acid was a crucial component in processing the rare earth elements they'd been harvesting. But it was also one of the most dangerous substances aboard the ship. "Or," Oliver said casually, "I could just check it." Every eye in the room turned to the human. Ava's pupils dilated with alarm. "Oliver, no. That's industrial-grade hydrofluoric acid with catalytic enhancers. It's literally designed to break down molecular bonds." "Yeah, I read the label," Oliver replied, rolling up his sleeve. Vexnar's translator barely captured the horrified clicking that emerged from his mandibles. "Human Oliver, that substance has a pH of -3. It will liquefy your appendage." Oliver walked up to the tank's access panel. "Look, you guys are worried about contamination if we drain it, right? And the external sensors can't tell us if it's still within operational parameters. Someone's got to check the viscosity and temperature. That's what drones are for." Eva practically shouted, moving to intercept him. "The drones are 3 decks down being repaired after the meteor shower damage," Oliver countered. "And you said it yourself. We can't afford a 48-hour delay." He reached for the safety hatch on the tank's sampling port. Eva grabbed his arm, her grip surprisingly strong for someone half his size. "Oliver, I've seen what acid does to organic matter. Your species may be durable, but you're not invincible. Please." Oliver met her eyes, and his expression softened. "Eva, trust me. I've got this." "Your confidence is not scientifically reassuring," she hissed. But Oliver had already opened the port, and the acrid smell of the chemical mixture wafted out. Every other crew member in the bay instinctively stepped back. Oliver, instead, leaned closer. Then, to the absolute horror of everyone watching, he dipped his index finger directly into the acid dot. The silence that followed was the kind that accompanies catastrophic events, the moment between the explosion and the shockwave. Ava's tablet clattered to the floor. Vexnar's translator emitted a sound that could only be interpreted as a scream. Oliver swirled his finger around in the liquid, his face contemplative. Slightly thicker than it should be. Temperature's about 15 degrees higher than optimal." He pulled his finger out. The digit was completely intact. Not even reddened. "What the hell?" Eva whispered, her universal translator struggling with the emphasis. Oliver wiped his finger on a cleaning cloth. "Yeah, it's concentrating. You'll want to add about 8% more buffer solution. The temperature spike probably means the cooling circulation is partially blocked. Might want to check the tertiary coolant line." Dexner approached slowly, as if Oliver might explode at any moment. How are you not dissolved?" "Oh, right," Oliver said, examining his finger as if noticing it for the first time. Human skin's got this protein called keratin. Our outer layer is basically dead cells that are pretty resistant to a lot of stuff. Plus, we secrete oils and have a slightly acidic pH ourselves. Quick exposure to acids like this, as long as you're fast and don't let it penetrate, usually isn't a big deal. Usually isn't a big deal? Eva repeated, her voice climbing an octave. Oliver, that acid can penetrate calcium carbonate in milliseconds. Yeah, but I'm not made of calcium carbonate, Oliver said reasonably. Look, I wouldn't recommend swimming in it or anything, but a quick dip. I've gotten worse burns from hot cooking oil. He held up his finger, wiggling it for emphasis. There wasn't even a mark dot. Eva snatched his hand and examined it with her scanner, her scientific curiosity temporarily overriding her horror. Your epidermal layer shows minor protein denaturation, but your body is already regenerating the cells. The damage is negligible. Told you, Oliver said with a grin. Your species is insane, Exner declared. But there was something like respect in his tone. Over the next hour, Oliver's quick assessment proved accurate. The engineering team added the buffer solution, cleared the blocked coolant line, and the acid mixture returned to optimal parameters. The 48-hour delay was reduced to a 40-minute adjustment. Later, in the crew mess hall, Ava found Oliver eating something that her scanner identified as containing capsaicin levels that would be considered a chemical weapon on most civilized worlds. You know, she said, sitting across from him, I've been reviewing Earth's history. Your species evolved on a planet that seems actively hostile to life. Extreme temperatures, natural disasters, predators, diseases, and apparently, you even consume poison for enjoyment. Oliver paused mid-bite of his spicy noodles. Are you talking about the hot sauce? Among other things, Eva said. I'm starting to understand why the Galactic Council was so hesitant to accept humans into spacefaring civilization. You're all durable in ways that defy conventional biology. Oliver shrugged. We just adapted to what we had. Doesn't everyone? No, Oliver. No, they don't. Eva leaned forward. Most species evolve defenses or avoidance behaviors. Humans apparently evolved the ability to just tolerate things that should kill you, and then classify them as minor inconveniences. Is that a problem? Oliver asked. Eva was quiet for a moment, then a small smile crossed her face. Actually, no. It's rather useful to have a crew member who can quality check industrial acid with his bare hands. Happy to help, Oliver said cheerfully. But Oliver? Eva added, her tone firm. Next time you plan to do something that should kill you, please give me advance warning. My cardiovascular system can't handle many more of these surprises. Oliver laughed and agreed, though they both knew he was absolutely going to give her more heart attacks in the future. That was just what humans did.